Hello and welcome to our practice of restorative yoga and yoga nidra today. As usual, please ensure that you will be comfortable and warm and you have just what you need. You may like to diffuse your aromatherapy oil and have your crystals to hand, and ensuring you've got your blankets, cushions, bolsters, so that the practice can be as comfortable and as warm and cozy as possible. Hello and welcome. I'm Anne-Marie from the Yorkshire Centre for Wellbeing. So we begin our restorative yoga in lying on our back. And we'll come to our mat. And lying in Shavasana, it is comfortable for you. So with the legs flopping loosely apart, the arms away from the body, and just lying like so on our back, legs flopping wide, arms away from the body, head and neck in a straight line. So we're lying in Shavasana, also known as the corpse pose or dead man's pose. So taking a couple of moments now to enable yourself to be comfortable, warm, and preparing to enter into deep relaxation and a journey of self-inquiry and healing. If we were live in the studio, I'd be coming round now and I'd be helping you with your shoulders and your head. And I would have some, usually I use the Neal's Yard rose balm on my hands, sometimes I use frankincense. So fragrances which are pure and enable us to really connect to our higher self. So imagine now that you're having an Indian head massage. And as your crown is massaged, feeling any lines and tensions in the forehead releasing. The eyes softly closed, not screwed tightly closed. And softening the eyeballs into the eye sockets. So soft eyes. Cheeks relaxed. Tongue very lightly behind the two front teeth. We know this is fire point in yoga. It directs prana and energy inwards. And if we're holding tension in our jaw, grinding our teeth at night, this habit will diminish. But perhaps even more importantly, it directs prana or energy inwards. It's a mudra, tongue at fire point. So allowing all of the facial muscles to relax now. Bring your awareness to your shoulders. If you're experiencing some tightness, you may like to inhale, shrug your shoulders to your ears, and as you exhale, allow the shoulders to soften and surrender into the mat. Soften your chest and your upper back. And softening the belly, breathing into your belly. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, navel back to the spine. Full deep yogic breath. Just follow the breath for the next few moments. And as we do so, the belly will naturally relax, letting go of tensions in the belly, around the guts. Calm, steady breath. Arms flopping loosely by your side, with the fingertips gently curled inwards. And the legs just flopping loosely apart. Completely surrendering and letting go. Calm, steady breathing. You may like to introduce the mantra of So Hum. This is the mantra that I teach when I'm teaching the meditation. And we breathe in the word so and out the word hum. So mentally, internally, it will sound like this. So hum. So hum. So hum. And for the next few moments, you may like to use that mantra. It will help the mind quieten. As a 7 Spiritual Laws of Yoga teacher, that is the mantra we teach. And if you wish to know more about it, you may like to refer to your book, your 7 Spiritual Laws of Yoga book, as there's a small piece about the mantra in there. So letting go now of all cares, worries and distractions, and coming fully present to this moment. So we will begin our first movement now, and in restorative yoga we only take a few asana because we find that when we move this disturbs the body, and at the moment we're lying in Shavasana. So what we're going to do is we're going to move into what we call Bananasana. Now preferably not opening the eyes, so seeing if you can follow my instruction just by my voice. Move yourself a little bit to the right side of the mat and then walk your feet over to your left side, both feet to the left side, and then bend the upper body also to the left. Now the arms can either rest out at about shoulder height, but generally in Bananasana we take the arms also over to the left, so we make a banana shape of the body. Now if your arms are above your head, you'll find your right elbow almost certainly lifts up. So here you may like to place a cushion or a blanket or a block under your right arm, and that enables the arm to relax, because ideally we don't want the arm and the shoulder just hanging around in the air. And then the head also moves over to the left side, so you've made a banana shape. If you feel you could take the stretch a little bit deeper, feel free to wrap your right ankle over your left, but ensure your right buttock doesn't lift off the floor. And once we're in that position, it's absolutely fine to make a few little adjustments, micro movements we call them, to perhaps enable yourself to be even more comfy. And then let's take another body scan. So starting with the feet and the ankles, soften the feet and the ankles. Soften the muscles of the calves and around the knees. Soften the thighs and the inner thighs. And again, just check in, are we belly breathing? Calm, steady breath. Allow the arm muscles to fully relax, and even though the arms may be above the head, ensure the shoulders are soft and sinking down your back into the mat. And your head rolled over to the left side. And remain here for the next 2 or 3 minutes. And in this style of yoga, the more we can let go, the more we can release, let go, the deeper the healing. So absolutely nothing to do right now other than to surrender and relax. Now you will find that there are periods of silence. Please be comfortable with that. Of course, you can play your own music at home, some calm, relaxing music, which we normally do in the studio. I don't tend to play it on Zoom because there's too much distortion of the sound. But clearly, if you're wanting to play some music, then please do. And as we stretch out the right side now, know that we are opening all the energy channels and nadis on the right side. This first posture is very often associated with more of a yin class, but I like to use this very often at the beginning because it really helps us identify the change of energy when we have stretched one side. So we're just going to rest here now a little while longer. The minimum amount of time we hold a pose is 3 minutes. It may be quite a lot longer. And then very, very slowly, let's come out of that position and lie back in Shavasana, eyes closed. And take a moment to pause and observe the difference on the two sides of the body. The first thing you may notice that we have increased length on the right side, as clearly we have been stretching through the right side. And if you can tune in a little deeper, you may notice that the right side feels quite light in comparison to the left, or sometimes people find it easier to perceive it. If you observe your left side, does that feel heavier and denser? And we have now more prana, more energy running through the right side as we've opened up the energy channels, the meridian lines. So just see if you can sense and feel that for a moment. And now, with again minimum disturbance, always keeping your eyes closed if you can, move yourself a little bit, shift your body weight to the left. This ensures we stay on the mat. Walk the feet over to the right side, and then bend the upper body also to the right. If you've used a cushion underneath your arm, you may want to change it now to the other side, so your left shoulder can be supported, your left arm. And the first couple of moments, we might just need to sort of wiggle in, ease ourselves in. And it's fine at the beginning just to take these little wiggly micro movements to just establish that more comfy spot for ourselves. And once we're there, we surrender. So you may now like to do your own body scan. Doesn't matter whether you start from your head or your feet. And consciously soften and release into that space. And checking in with the areas that may feel particularly tight or uncomfy. Can you release, surrender even 5 or 10% more? And we can use our breath to help that process, so we can direct our prana into areas of need. So wherever you may feel tightness, you may like, especially at the beginning, to take some slightly deeper breaths and see if you can release into that space. While you will feel a stretch in the class, it is a restorative class as opposed to yin. Yin tends to be quite a lot stronger and can be very uncomfy, some of the stretches. The idea of this class is that we get deep rest and restoration. So absolutely no effort required, quite the reverse. This style of yoga beautifully illustrates the principle of least effort in our 7 spiritual laws of yoga. And if you're listening for the first time today, it states, my actions create maximum benefit with minimum effort. So we just rest here again now, couple more minutes. And again, you may find I say a little more if we have a newcomer at class. You can tune out if you're familiar with the session, you just can let my voice drift over you. But knowing that this is like a form of acupuncture for the body, but without the needles. And we need to hold a position for at least 3 minutes to move beyond just the muscles, but then into the joints and fascia. And very often people think there is no give in joints and fascia, but there actually is, and ligaments, a little bit of give. But we need that minimum amount of 3 minutes to start to go deeper. And then again, very, very slowly, move back into Shavasana and pause. Remembering the gap, the pause is just as relevant as the asana, lying in Shavasana. And now observe if you feel any sense of balance in the body. And the more relaxed we are, the less likely we will feel like moving, and that's a good sign. It's another reason we don't do many asana. However, we're now going to move into spine twists. So again, we're going to move onto the right side of our mat. If you would like to use the completely restorative version of this pose, you can pick up your bolster, if you have one, and place it alongside your left leg. So your left leg will be straight out on the mat, alongside the bolster or cushion. Lie onto your left side and then let your right knee come to the bolster. The arms are out at shoulder height, but then we turn the head over to the right. So with your leg on the bolster, some people find that more calming, more relaxing. You might even need to put a cushion on the bolster if your knee doesn't connect. However, if your body is fairly flexible, you can dispense with your bolster and go into your spine twist with the knees stacked on top of each other. So again, I'm just illustrating, showing that now. And even use a little bit of pressure on the outside of your right knee with your left hand. Right arm stretches out and then turn the head over to the right. So spine twist. And again, you might need to make a few little adjustments, micro movements, to enable yourself to feel even more comfy. Again, that's fine, go ahead. And then remain still. We don't want to be moving around because movement disturbs the mind. And observe where you may feel uncomfy and breathe into that space. Full deep yogic breath. So the spine twist is a very valuable and important asana because it literally wrings out all the internal organs, your liver, your digestive system, kidneys. Just like when you squeeze a flannel, you get rid of the water. It's the same idea. While also stretching a good number of muscles, lower back, hips, spine, arms, chest and neck. And breathing into your belly, but you may find it's a little more challenging to breathe into your belly because your belly is slightly restricted when we're in spine twist. So just see if you can breathe into your belly, but don't be too concerned if you feel you can't quite breathe as deeply. And we're going to rest here now. Eyes still closed, tongue remains at 5 points. Again, just softening and surrendering, completely letting go. And while your left hand might be on the outside of your right leg, then just soften off, even put the hand on the floor. We don't want to be really using any sort of pressure. You can use a gentle help at the beginning, but after that, just allow the muscles to release in their own time. So we take our legs to the left side first because the position of the colon, the ascending colon, is on the right side. So from the perspective of digestion and elimination, this is very important. And in Ayurveda, we teach this. This is an asana to help the digestive system. Help the waste products move through the gut. Now, in the yoga styles that I teach, we do focus on our chakras. And we have been focusing on the sacral, solar plexus chakra this week. So we are using this asana because this is an asana to awaken the solar plexus, Manipura chakra, the color being yellow. So it is anything physical of the body, both internal and external, and on a spiritual and emotional level. This chakra reminds us of our ability to manifest our intentions and desires, our self-worth, self-esteem. Again, I shan't say too much. I'm sure you will follow up if you're interested. Silence is good, but it's always that fine line as your teacher from giving information, especially to newcomers, and over-speaking. So very, very slowly, let's move back out of that. Again, keep the eyes closed and lie on your back. And see if you can experience a similar sensation as to when we did the previous asana. Can you feel more length on the right side? And possibly more lightness, more energy, more prana. Even if you can't feel that as yet, you will in time. You'll start to distinguish your energy body as you become more connected with yourself. And then again, without moving more than is necessary, shift yourself a little bit to the left side, and whichever position you chose on the right, with the right side, you do the same. So if you used your bolster, please place it alongside your right leg. Otherwise, let the knees come over to the right, left arm and left shoulder attached to the mat, left arm out straight, and then when you're ready, very slowly turn your head over to the left side. And again, when you're first settling in, you might like to ease that left knee down with your right hand, maybe wiggle in, find a slightly more comfy spot, and then let go. And see how much you really can let go. Can you soften any more? Stay with your awareness of your breath. And you may like to now begin to visualize, think, feel that yellow ball of energy or light deep within your body, running along your spine at the solar plexus. And in time, as the body heals and we become more balanced, we may even start to feel that energy center. We may get some sense of vibration or a circulatory effect. The chakras represented and known and seen as a vortices of energy. Or we may just start to feel warmth. At the very least, let's visualize, because this helps the mind and the body connect. If we have any abdominal issues, gut issues, lower back issues, feelings of lack of self-worth, lack of self-esteem, personal willpower, strength of character, we would want to focus with this particular chakra. If your hand is on your right hand on your left leg, you can just surrender. Usually after about a minute and a half, the muscles naturally start to give. And again, we'll just remain here in silence. So let's come back onto our spine now, and again take that moment to pause Surrender here. That's it, good. Again, just rest. See if you can feel that sense that your body is literally just softening and melting into the floor. And it's almost like, sometimes I describe this practice, it's as like peeling an onion. You know, there are so many layers, and we peel one layer and then we think we're relaxed, and then we find that there's another layer to come. And ideally, this is what you will experience. And if not at the beginning, when you're still getting used to the practice, surely it will come, and I know it will come in time. That really deep rest and restoration. So without opening the eyes now, very slowly roll over onto your stomach. And we come onto our belly for the restorative exercise, restorative pose with back extension. So nice and slow, that's it. And lying on our belly with the legs as wide as the mat. And then turn your toes towards each other. So the heels flop outwards, the heels are at the edge of the mat, that's it, good. And then make a little pillow with your hands. So I put one palm on the floor, the other hand on top of that, and then put your head on one side. And when you do that, you might be able to just see, that's it. You will create that little pillow with your hands. And this is to help the neck relax. And again, you might just want to, I found myself doing it then, just slightly wiggle, just a fraction side to side. And aim to have your 2 hip bones equally weighted and resting on the pubic bone. Now, I know this is restorative yoga, so we all tend to wear lots of clothes, even in the summer, unless we can be outside in the garden and it's warm, which is lovely. But as I was lying there, even though I have layers on, I was just starting to feel slightly chilly in my lower back. Now, we don't want that to occur, because if we start to feel cold, the muscles won't relax. So please do ensure you're covered. I would recommend covering the lower back and the buttocks. So we have the toes in and the heels out because this relaxes the sciatic nerve. And this asana is a wonderful exercise, asana, if we're having back pain or in particular sciatic pain. This is the position we'd recommend you lie in. The other option is to lie on your, if you have an acupressure mat, to lie on that, but with your back on it. And again, how much can you just surrender to the floor, to the earth, and feel as if you're lying on this beautiful, warm, earthy surface. So trying to visualize that you're lying in nature somewhere. Again, this will be more healing, that connection to nature. And this asana is associated with the Muladhara chakra, the root chakra. So associated with that sense of being earthed and rooted and supported by Mother Earth. So if you find it helpful, you might like to visualize the color red. Bring your awareness to Muladhara chakra, and the cervix in ladies, perineum in gentlemen. And as you lie here, hopefully you can all feel that calm, steady belly breath. And nothing to do other than to release and lie down. Just rest now. And then very, very slowly turn your head the other way to ensure the balance in the neck. And now again, aiming not to disturb ourselves more than is necessary, very slowly, we're going to push back into child pose, Balasana. So you can zigzag yourself back. And again, some of us may feel that we might prefer to use our bolster, as I'm showing now, and the bolster at the groin, and you can have your head on one side. Others of us may not feel we need a bolster, and we're quite happy on the mat. So we settle down. But what we do need is to have your buttocks connected to either your heels or to a cushion or a block. So if your buttocks don't easily connect to your heels, please place a cushion or a block underneath your buttocks. And as you come down, if your forehead doesn't connect to the mat, then again use whatever you need, a cushion or a block, so that the body is supported. So we don't want the hips in the air not supported, neither do we want the head unsupported. And again, you can just wiggle yourself back and surrender. You can either leave the hands forwards or bring them back towards your feet, whichever is more comfy to you. So in any yoga class, we always use an inversion. And the inversion brings the blood to the head, to the brain, which means that we're oxygenating the brain. When we're anxious or stressed, we clench, and so the movement of blood is restricted. And the blood, of course, is carrying the pranayama, the oxygen. So this is really very important when we're feeling anxious or stressed or worried, that we oxygenate the brain. And we also use it in face yoga because that fresh blood coming to the skin, the face, the head, again will help give us nice skin. And perhaps most importantly, from perspective of today's class, is that we're awakening Agya Chakra. So Agya Chakra is our third eye, and we will be looking into the space of Agya Chakra, Chittakash we call it, in the Yoga Nidra. So this awakens our intuition, our insight, and helps us be more perceptive and a sense of inner knowing. So for the next few moments, just please focus, see if you can, in your mind's eye at Chittakash, Agya Chakra, the colour indigo. And again, we'll just maintain silence now. So our final asana before we move to Yoga Nidra is a heart opening and a throat opener. If we have a bolster, we're going to place it long ways on our mat, and we will place it long ways like so. We do a slight pelvic tilt. You can use cushions or pillows if you don't have a bolster. And we roll ourselves back. And yeah, using what you have, you'll just have to, or you can just have something underneath your shoulders and your head. If you don't, you could put a block in the middle of your shoulders. It's not as comfy as a bolster. And your head onto the a couple of cushions, so your head's slightly higher than your heart. And just find your own way in. So we open at least the chest and the shoulders. And the arms will flop loosely by our side. If you're not comfortable with your head on your bolster, you can raise your head with a cushion. Yes, so you may just need to find, ideally the bolster we use, of course, in restorative yoga, and of course we have plenty in the studio. And again, please don't get cold, even if you think you're just feeling nice and warm and cozy. It's such a good idea to ensure you are very warm. And now, of course, if you have the bolster, it creates the right shape for you to roll your shoulders back. And so if we have been sitting in a slightly hunched position, this really is a beautiful asana to stretch out the shoulders, but also the chest, enabling us to breathe more calmly and more deeply. So on a purely physical, it releases shoulder tension and helps us breathe. If we have any breathing issues, very much recommended. Helping with asthma, coughs, colds, flu. But on an energetic level, we may now like to bring our awareness to our heart chakra, the color green, and focus on that color for the next few moments. So your final poses, your bolster poses, these can be held for quite some time, 15, 20 minutes. And if you have a bolster at home and you're just very fatigued, I would very much encourage you to use your bolster at the end of the day. You can even put your acupressure mat on it. Now there is another option. It's more about opening out the throat chakra. When you get fully on the bolster, head comes and drops off the end, your shoulders at the top end of the bolster. This is slightly stronger. I wouldn't advise it if you have any acid reflux issues or any neck issues. Although, to be fair, you could take your head back, but you would need to put your head on a cushion so your head doesn't drop off the end, in which case you could also rest your arms on the cushion. So there's a few options here, ladies. As usual, you hear me use the language, choose the most nourishing choice. And we will stay here a few minutes and let go. The other thing to mention, if you are diffusing aromatherapy oils, I've got my head very near the diffuser, and I actually can very much sense the fragrance. I'm diffusing lemon today, as we've been focusing on the solar plexus. And all these aspects, your crystals, your aromatherapy oils, they all just take us to another level and deepen the healing. So well worth using these things and making sure you can actually inhale the fragrance. You will breathe better as well. If you were watching this at home and you prefer to pause the video and stay in longer in the position we are currently in, feel free to do so. So you have your 10, 15, 20 minutes. But otherwise, we are going to now get ready for Yoga Nidra, in which case we remove the bolster, or that can go underneath your knees or your cushion, and we get ready for the practice of Yoga Nidra. So taking a few moments now, again, aim to not disturb yourself any more than is absolutely necessary. So eyes partially closed while we move now into Shavasana, again with the head and neck in a straight line, and checking very often by now, because we have relaxed, we might feel a little chilly. When we go into deep relaxation, we might find that we do need to now place extra blankets on. Another really beautiful thing to do, if you have one, is to use a lavender eye pillow, because this also enhances our experience and helps us feel more calm, more relaxed. So just taking a few moments now to settle into Shavasana, so that during the practice of Yoga Nidra, you can remain quite comfortable, warm, and still throughout the practice. So taking now a deep breath in and hold, and as you exhale, mentally repeat to yourself the mantra of Om. So inhale, hold, exhale, Om. And do that twice more for yourself. Literally giving ourselves an Om bath, the healing sound of the vibration of Om. And for the next few moments, watch your body breathing, the inhale and the exhale of the natural breath. Inhale, belly rises. There is a natural pause. Exhale, navel back to spine. Calm, steady breath. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, navel back to spine. Calm, steady breath. Letting go now. There is nothing to do, nowhere to be. Simply relax and be aware. The whole body sinking into the floor or your bed, if you are choosing to use this Yoga Nidra to help you sleep at night. Ensure everything is just as it should be to enable a quiet and calm night's sleep. Feeling a growing sense of stillness and calm. Knowing that this is your time to rest, heal, and restore. During the practice of Yoga Nidra, we can enter into the deeper states of consciousness, the delta wave, when our body and mind are very receptive. And we make a resolve, a heartfelt prayer for our health and healing and higher good. And we bring our awareness now to our heart. If you find it of help and you feel you could move your arms, you may like to place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your left. And listen to your heart. What is your heartfelt prayer for your health, your healing, your higher good? What are the messages from your heart? And when you feel ready, we state our resolve, our heartfelt prayer 3 times in simple positive language in the present tense. With faith and certainty, knowing our resolve is already reality. Don't hold your heartfelt prayer for the future, but know and believe it is happening right here and now. If you know your heartfelt prayer, please say it now. You can repeat it at least 3 times. I will guide you now through each part of the body. As I name that part, visualize a golden light touching that part, bringing healing, rest, and deep, deep restoration and energy. Bring your awareness to your right hand thumb, golden light, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, waist, hip, thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. The whole of your right side, the whole of your right side, golden light on the whole of your right side of your body. Bring your awareness now to the left side, left hand thumb, golden light, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, waist, hip, thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. The whole of the left side of the body, the whole of the left side of the body, golden light on the whole of the left side of your body. Bring your awareness now to the top of the head, golden lights, the forehead, the eyebrow center, golden lights, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, the tip of the nose, right cheek, left cheek, right ear, left ear, the top lip, the bottom lip, the upper and lower rows of teeth, your chin, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of chest, left side of chest, depression of the chest, the navel, abdomen and groin, the whole of the front side of your body, the whole of the front side of your body, golden light. Now bring your awareness to the back of the body, the back of the head, back of the neck, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right middle back, left middle back, right buttock, left buttock, the whole of the spinal column, the whole of the spinal column, golden light, the whole of the back side of the body, the whole of your right side of your body, the whole of your left side of your body, the front of the body, the back of the body, the whole body, golden light on the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. And watch the body breathing all the way to the top of the inhale and all the way to the bottom of the exhale. Your whole body breathing deeper and deeper into relaxation. Your whole body breathing, just breathing. Deeper and deeper into relaxation. And now see yourself walking in a savanna plain, yellow grasses and some animals at the watering hole. You're alone, but you know that you will be safe. You trust your intuition as you walk through the savanna grassland, feeling the warmth of the sun on your back, the blue sky, and looking up and seeing some birds soaring in the sky. You smell the fragrance of the warm afternoon air. And as you continue on your journey, you see a mountain ahead. You decide that you're going to climb the mountain, and you set off with some slight trepidation, as it seems quite enormous to you, and you wonder if you'll get to the top, rocky and hilly. But you begin your ascent. The air becomes a little cooler now as you climb, and there are rocks and stones in your way and on your path. You navigate these, knowing that reaching the peak of the mountain is something that you truly desire, an intention, even though it seems a long way off and a challenging climb. And indeed it is at times. The climb feels perhaps a little beyond your capability and your strength, and you take a moment to sit down and rest. And you can survey the savanna lands below, the herds of animals. You have some water, and refreshed now, you continue on your journey, climbing, avoiding the rocks, but climbing and finding you're getting quite breathless now with the steepness of the incline. But eventually you arrive at the summit of the mountain top, and you look down below and see the savanna lands stretching for miles around, the river snaking in the distance. And you feel a sense of deep satisfaction and gratitude, and knowing that you have climbed a challenging mountain with your strength. You've had the courage and the willpower to achieve this climb. And you stand on the tabletop of the mountain, and like the warrior power, you make the shape of the warrior pose in yoga, feeling your connection to the earth, feeling your own warrior strength and courage, willpower, feeling the warmth on your face and on your body, knowing that you are strong and able to manifest your deepest driving desire. Feel yourself standing on the mountain, your strength, knowing that you have all the elements of the warrior within you. And then looking down a little way, you notice a lion pride. The male lion standing magnificently on his rock with the lionesses and some cubs. And from a distance, you can see his strength, his courage, his magnificence and dignity. And you sit down now for a few moments in meditation, and you watch the lion. And you can feel that lion energy permeating your whole body. Your guide, your lion guide. And as you sit here surveying the savannah, feel the warmth on your face. the yellow golden light. And you can draw that light into your solar plexus, knowing that you are strong. You have everything within you to cope with all of life's ups and downs, with equanimity, strength of character, self-esteem. And we sit here a little while now in meditation, giving thanks for the beauty of the scene below, the lion looking over the pride, feeling that warmth and energy, lion strength at your solar plexus. Rest here a little while. You are strong. You are powerful. You can manifest your heart's desire. You have everything within to be the most you can be. Just rest now. And now look into the dark space in front of your closed eyes, the space we call Chittakash in yoga. Just watch the warm, friendly darkness for any color, shape or form that may manifest out of the darkness. The key is to be always entirely relaxed. Trying too hard will just get in the way. Just watch. And now, letting go of this awareness, once again remember your resolve, the heartfelt prayer you made at the beginning of practice. Repeat it 3 times using exactly the same words, and with faith, certainty and belief, your resolve is happening right here and now. And now give thanks. Your resolve has come to pass. Thankful you have already achieved your heartfelt desire. In developing an attitude of gratitude, we create the ideal soil for our resolve to blossom and manifest and come to fruition in our lives, to manifest our deepest held intentions and desires. So take a moment now to give heartfelt thanks. And now, if you wish to drift into sleep, sleep well, my friends. Have a calm and peaceful night's sleep and pleasant dreams. Otherwise, in your own time and only when you feel ready, begin to stretch your body as you feel the need, taking your time, gradually coming back into your body, refreshed as if from the deepest and most healing of all sleep. Be aware of the contact points between your body and the floor, the covering and clothes on your body. Visualize the walls, the ceiling, your body lying here on the floor. Be aware of your breath, your natural breath, deepening it somewhat now. And very, very slowly, take as long as you need, stretching out and rolling to your favorite side and resting there a little while, but with the eyes still closed. When we have been in a very deep state, if we've reached the delta state, that state which we call the non-dreaming state, just like before you wake up in the morning or just before you drift to sleep, then it can take quite some time to come out of the practice. That's perfectly okay. You spend as long as you need. However, if you are ready to sit up, do so very slowly but with the eyes still closed. Never come out of it in any way in a rushed manner. Take your time. When you feel ready to do so, with the eyes still closed, rub your palms till you feel warmth and energy in your palms. And then bring that warmth to your face and palm your eyes. And look into Chittakash, the dark space in front of your closed eyes again. And again, without any expectation, just observe. Are there any colors, shapes or forms? Completely relaxed eyes. And when you feel ready, you can separate your fingers a little, keeping the eyes still closed, and take the hands away from your face, but continue to gaze into Chittakash. Sometimes we may get a quite different sense of the third eye. Or we may just see darkness. We call that the void in yoga. A sign the mind is quiet. When you're ready, ready, you can gently and slowly open your eyes, and not being at all surprised if the first thing you do is close them again. That's very normal, as if we're in a deeper state, it can take a good while to come out. So if you are watching for the first time or you're watching at home, as you know, the next part is actually very important. If we're in the studio, we would just come out of it very gradually. You would let me know when you feel ready, if you wanted to. Not everybody wants to talk, how you feel. And we just take a moment to catch up with each other. We can do it with our ladies here on Zoom. And really it's just allowing you to come round and knowing that some quite deep stuff can come up in Yoga Nidra. So it's an opportunity to just check in with everybody that they're okay. Are there any questions or comments, or did you remember or hear any of the visualization today? And clearly always, if you're watching at home and you have any questions, you're uncertain about anything comes up in your dreams, it may not be tonight, it might be in the future, please do let me know. And thank you for those of you who are giving me feedback. I'm getting feedback from a number of you that you're finding it very helpful to help you with your sleep. So thank you if you're watching at home on Catch Up. Take care, stay safe, namaste. And the ladies here on Zoom, feel free to unmute yourself when you're ready.